Hey guys, welcome to this week's review of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season, I don't know, I'm gonna say 12, episode 2. Let's get into it. Okay, so last week I did forget to talk about Sutton and how insensitive she was about Dorit's situation, right? So I know I'm not really starting in order, but this is kind of a juicy part, so let's just start here. So, on the way, I believe it's Kyle, her husband, Dorit, and her husband, and they're on their way to Harry Hamilton's 70th birthday party, okay? And of course, Kyle, it is a sensitive issue, but Kyle has a producer hat on, and of course, she has to tell Dorit and PK about Sutton and how insensitive she was. And I did forget to talk about that last week with her. And I'm not gonna lie, it was just really, really weird. Something is off with Sutton. What do you guys think? Is it just me? Something is off with her. She seems sad and self centered. She does, because I don't recall Sutton really having an issue with Dorit. Maybe my memory is bad. I think, okay, yeah, I mean, Sutton's first season, they did have some disagreement, right? But I thought they were good. And even if you're not too good with somebody, you hear that they were robbed at gunpoint. I mean, even if you didn't like the person, wouldn't you, like, stop for a second, pause, and be like, oh my gosh, just like, it sounds bad to say, but even like on a gossip kind of level, like, wouldn't you be interested in that? It kind of just went over her head. She wasn't interested at all. She kind of wanted to talk about herself and what she had going on and the fact she couldn't get some art piece or whatever. It's like she just came off very unaware of herself, right? Even if you don't care for Dorit, you're being filmed here. Like, on a superficial level, even, didn't you think this is gonna look hella bad if I'm comparing me not getting my $1 million artwork versus someone getting held at gunpoint, potentially losing their life and their children's life? Like, that's why she just seems off. And I know not Dorit, Sutton can be a little weird. Okay, we all know that, but not like this. I mean, I don't know. She must really not like Dorit. But like I said, even if you don't like somebody on a gossip level, right? At least you would be interested to know what happened, what's going on. And I don't think they had beef like that. I really don't. So it's just that was a very weird scene for me. So I guess we're gonna get more information about what was going on in Sutton's head at that point, because yeah, that was messed up for her to do that. So Kyle, of course, she tells Dorit, and PK's like, I wish you didn't tell me that. And I would agree with that. I agree with him, but it's like, on one hand, I think Kyle's messy for saying that, but it's like, on the other hand, they're filming a reality show, and yeah, I mean, it's being filmed anyways. Of course, we're gonna see this scene, so, I guess Kyle might as well tell Dorit what's going on, right? Because you don't want someone smiling in your face, or someone that's super empathetic to your face, but then behind your back they don't give a F. And then later on you watch back the show and you see how they react, because, like, not only is Dorit gonna be mad at Sutton, she's gonna be mad at Kyle if Kyle didn't say anything. So I get it. I get why Kyle said what she had to say. You know what I mean? In real life, I guess you would say something too, because it's good to know that someone doesn't really F with you like that. Like, it's best you know how that person feels versus you going around thinking you and this person is cool and you're really not. Because that was really revealing. But like I said before, I think there's something going on with Sutton. I do. And I don't know. I don't know with that. And since we're speaking on Sutton, let's speak about what's her face, Lisa Rinna, and this whole Elton John gala thingy majiggy. Now, okay, fine. Maybe I was a little hard on Lisa Rinna with my last review, but now getting more of an explanation from Lisa, because, I don't really follow them like that off of the show, so I don't know if this was already revealed. But Lisa Rinna says that Elton John invites her and her husband to the gala every year. So actually, Sutton wasn't the one that got them invited, and that definitely changes things up a little bit. So maybe I was a little too harsh on Lisa Rinna. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know why Lisa Rinna is so upset about it. I feel like she's making it a little too much still, because I don't know. If it was me, I would just be like, "Psh, Elton John, he invites me every year, so I don't know what you're talking about," and just laugh about it and move on. I wouldn't like be so super offended, because it's not that, like, all Sutton said was, "Oh, they didn't say thank you." It's not that scandalous. And like I said, she only brought that up to make a point. She was trying to defend Garcelle. So I don't, hopefully they can get over it, because I don't see it as a big deal. And if you're invited, Elton John invites you every year and you're there, it's like, why would you be upset? Why would you be that upset? You would just laugh about it, like, you look stupid, because I mean, we're there every year. We're Elton John's BFF, so whatever. Whatever. What else happened at the beginning of this episode? I feel like oh yes. So going back to the very beginning, Doree and PK are talking about everything that, has went down with them. And I will say this. I wish I had Dorit's dad, because I'm still afraid of bees. Okay, I could have used that lesson when I was 6 years old. Okay, because now it's not working. You cannot tell me if a bee comes buzzing around me. You cannot tell me, oh, just stand still. Don't move at all. It won't kill you. I know, it's like, yes, I know that's what you're supposed to do, but still, I'm gonna run around and scream, because I don't like them. I don't like bees. I don't like a wasp. If I see them around, I may not wave. Look, I'm not going to wave my arms around. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to go as far as I can. I may not run, but I'm going to walk really, 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 really fast. Okay? So do not tell me to stand still. So I really, really, really could have used Dorit's dad and him picking up the bee and holding it in front of my face, and I could have had some magical epiphany about the bees, but it's too late now. I'm too grown. It's too ingrained in me. So yeah, but being serious now, I mean, I just hope with Dorit she's not. And you know what, the thing with Dorit, she seems very good at communicating how she feels and what she's going through. So I'm not too. I, there's going to be some trauma there, of course, but I'm hoping that she can move past it. I just hope that she's not suppressing things and holding on to things in order to kind of, quote unquote, get over it or be normal, right? And I hope she is actually dealing with what happened and she has a safe space to express her emotions and break down. I hope she has that moment. And I hope she takes Erica's advice and go to therapy. They can afford it. So, yeah. But yeah, I just hope she's not like, you know how it is. You know how it is when you kind of like, okay, we have to go back to life now and be normal. Nobody wants to hear your sob story, so got to put a smile on your face. But like internally, you're suffering. So I hope she's not, like I said, I'm repeating myself, but I hope she's not suppressing it. I hope that's not going to be her storyline down the road. Because, yeah, ugh, that's terrible. And the kids, oh my gosh. And I don't want to say it's great because I mean it sucks that it happened at all, but it's at least a good thing that her children are really young, so they're not. I mean, kids are smart. I mean, maybe they may not like verbalize it, but they could be picking up on certain vibes within the home. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I'm glad that they're at least like really young so they're not fully aware of what's happening. Because, say, if they were like 6, 7, 8, 10, like, that would have been really traumatizing for them. And you know how kids are, they're afraid of the boogeyman and things of that nature. So, it's like, imagine that they were older and imagine the kids, they woke up and they came out and they saw the guys with the gun. It's like, that's gonna be a real boogeyman. And like, imagine how hard it would be for them to sleep at night and go to bed. And oh, like, just thankfully they were young, nothing happened to them, they were safe, and everything really just worked out. That's, ay ay ay, poor family, you know what I mean? So the ladies arrive at Harry Hamlin's birthday party. Um, and we're introduced to the new girl, Diana. Now, I'm a little curious as to where her money comes from and what she does because I don't know. I have a feeling that the fiance is not the one with the bread. Because he's an actor and a singer, and I never heard of him, which is okay. I listen. I know who he is now, so kudos to him. And he's cute. He is. And so far, I like Diana. I do. I think she will actually be good for the group because she seems like the type of girl that like tells it like it is, and we need more of that. We really do. And she doesn't seem as abrasive as Erica Jane. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out, but I'm liking her so far. Um, okay, let me say something nice about Lisa Rinna. I loved her outfit. I loved her yellow suit. It looked absolutely gorgeous on her. And I usually don't like her little hairstyle, but it looked good this time. She looked really good. I'll give Lisa Rinna that. Lisa Rinna usually looks good. Okay, fine. There, you got it. I said something nice. Now that's it. Now, um, I know I'm gonna be all over this place with this review, so please forgive me. Let's jump to the kind of the end of the dinner with Sutton and Lisa. Now, I was willing to give Lisa a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, right? But then we find out that you know what? This whole story about the charity and everything is confusing. And then to find out that Diana is somewhat involved in this because this is her charity, I don't know. It just seems kind of coincidental. And then, and it actually makes me even more skeptical of this whole thing. I'm sorry, there's a part of me that's wondering, is this fake drama to kind of introduce the new girl type thing? Because, like, what are the chances that the new girl is involved with the charity? But I don't know. It came off as sincere, so I'm going to believe it. But I just found it a little bit weird, that, like, the new girl just so happens to be linked to it. But anyways, the story is confusing because basically Lisa Rinna was like, you canceled your table last minute. But then Sutton produced receipts that she bought the ticket. Now, it could be a possibility that she bought the ticket or she bought the table and then end up canceling last minute. But then Krista was like, oh, but she did go to the event. And I don't think that should be too hard to prove because I could imagine these galas would have like a red carpet or something of that sort. Am I wrong? Right? Like, so I don't, if Sutton did cancel her table, I don't know why she would lie about that because that is something that would be easily provable. You know what I mean? And Sutton does have the receipt that she did purchase the table. And I'm sorry, who am I going to believe? Sutton or Lisa Rinna, I'm going to go with Sutton. Now, I'm going to leave room for me to be absolutely wrong. I'm not that invested. I'm not like Team Sutton. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But Lisa Rinna has, she's lied before. And Lisa Rinna, I'm sorry, she does have that personality type where she's just going to make up something or throw anything out there to get you back. And I feel like that's just what it was. You know what I mean? I think she felt a little bit embarrassed that Sutton produced receipts saying that she purchased tickets not only for herself, but for Harry and Lisa, okay? You know what I mean? And yes, it doesn't matter if Elton John invites you to his gala every year. If someone purchases tickets for you that year, then you should say thank you to them. You shouldn't be like, well, we were going to go anyways, or we're always there. Well, then it doesn't matter if you're always there. Sutton is the one that purchased the table. Why would Sutton do that? Why would Sutton buy tickets for Lisa and Harry Hamlin? I don't know. But the email is there. The receipt is there. So technically, okay, maybe it was in poor taste for Sutton to speak about it publicly. Fine, I will give you that. But it doesn't seem like Sutton's lying to me. And like I said, who am I going to believe? Sutton or Lisa Rinna? I'm going to believe Sutton because Lisa Rinna has a history of lying. She does. And I think she was embarrassed and she was just trying to get back at Sutton. And the funny thing is, like, why would you even be embarrassed by that? By what Sutton said? Like, I don't understand. You know, I would just laugh and I would laugh about it and be like, thank you, Sutton. Sorry for the delayed thank you. Thank you. You know, like, just make a little petty remark and move on. But, like, Lisa Rinna, of course, blows it up and makes everything a lot worse. And now she just looks more stupid. And then the new girl is like, this is really trashy. Really, really trashy of you guys to do. And it's like, dude, do you know what show you're on? Do you know where you're at? What table you're sitting at right now? Okay, this is the Real Housewives. Okay, it's trash all the way. So if you're not here to trash it up, you gotta go. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Okay, so the new girl's gonna learn real quick. She's gonna learn real quick. So of course Lisa Rinna, of course she's so fake, and she's like, Sutton, this is really embarrassing. This is really, really trashy of you. When it's like, dude, you're the one who is like, Sutton was just apologizing, right? That's not trashy for her to apologize for what she did. You're the one that brought up the whole thing. Well, you canceled, and that was really embarrassing. And you canceled last minute, and we didn't even have a table. It's like you're the one that's taking it there, and then it turns out that you may be lying. So who's the trashy one? And then you try to turn it around on Sutton. Lisa Rinna, oh my gosh, gets on my nerves. but guys, I loved her yellow suit. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Okay, she did. So I'm gonna give Lisa Rinna that. She looked cute. Okay. And then of course with this argument, Erica Jane has to jump in with slander, 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 and like, you know, Sutton's paying her no mind. And you know what? 2 snaps for Sutton. I was totally here for her paying Erica Jane dust. I'm really glad that Sutton didn't break down and cry and run off. No judgment because I'm the breakdown and cry girl when I'm upset. So I get it. I get how frustrating it can be. But I was really happy with Sutton that she was like, I'm not going to apologize because I don't like you. Like, damn, let me give her another snap. Okay, you go, girl. Like, thank you. Thank you. It's like, Erica Jane, like, just shut up at this point. Because if you're going to forgive Kyle, if you're going to give Maurizio, and it's like, yes, okay, Maurizio apologized, but you know that was a fake-ass apology. That whole, oh, sorry, you know, we didn't mean to hurt you. What you mean you didn't mean to hurt her? You were laughing at her and her husband. You know what you were doing at that table. So Maurizio, even though Maurizio is very handsome and he seems like a nice guy, do not get me wrong. But Maurizio gave you a fake ass apology. You didn't even say anything to Pico. Now, yeah, fine, keep in mind, he just got robbed. But still, it's like you want to forgive them, but with Sutton, you're holding a grudge. You know, Garcelle, you want to forgive Garcelle. I don't even think Garcelle really apologized like that to you, right? You want to forgive Kyle. Like, you want to forgive Dorit. They were all talking about you. Everybody was talking about you. So I don't know why you're so angry at Sutton. I really, like, you have this venom towards her. Like, if anything, it should be Kyle, like I said before. And okay, cool. You don't like Sutton. Why are you demanding an apology from her? She doesn't like you. You don't like her. Just move on. You know what I mean? And then, of course, Erica Jane has to go below the belt. She's definitely the real trashy one. And she has to say F you. And Sutton just, without hesitation, F you too. And you shut up. No, you shut up. It was just really, really immature. But I'm here for it. I'm really glad that Sutton wasn't like, well, I'm sorry, Erica, and da 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 da. Cause she could have been. She could have been, but I don't know. And I feel like Sutton kind of apologized. Did she? Whoops. But anyways, I don't know. I could be wrong, but they had sort of a conversation at the end of last season, right? So it's just like, how many times do you guys have to work through it? You either accept it or you don't. It is what it is. And like I said, Sutton was not the only one talking shit. She was just the only one with balls to say it to your face. Okay? And if anything, wouldn't you respect the person that said it directly to you than everybody else that talked behind your back? Like, to be fair, it was Dorit and Sutton. They were the only ones that were direct. Everybody else just talked shit behind her back. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like, come on. But whatever. Moving on from that. Did I miss anything from the birthday party? Happy birthday, Harry Hamlin, and your 70th, and whoop-de-dingle-doo to you. So we get more of an introduction to the new girl and her family situation, and I'm liking her more and more. I really do. I think she definitely is a good fit for the show. And just watching her interact with her son, fiance, and her cute little baby, I really enjoyed it. It was really natural. I don't know. She doesn't come off as pretentious. I just think, I don't know. I said, I don't know, like several thousand times, but I like her. I like her so far. Now, my mind could change. But so far, I do like her, and I do think she is a good fit, and her baby is adorable, and her fiance is very handsome, and her son is cute. So I don't mind the eye candy, right? I'm here for it. So good job, Bravo. Because Beverly Hills, they need someone that is gonna really come in and really give it. Because Crystal, I like Crystal. Crystal's not bad or anything, but she hasn't really been given it. Garcelle, I also like Garcelle, but Garcelle hasn't really been given it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, let's move on. Let's move on to Sutton and Kyle. I like Kyle. And after watching Ultimate Girls Trip, I think I really grew to appreciate Kyle and what she brings to the show. You know? And can Kyle be a little two-faced sometimes? Yes, but Kyle knows when to speak up. And these are one of those moments. Now, she may not speak up to Erica, but she will speak up to Sutton. I 100% agree with Kyle in her scene with Sutton. It was just, I don't know. I guess, am I surprised by Sutton? No, because if I look back, she's always kind of been self-centered, to be honest with you. She has been. And I think with the Erica Jane thing, Erica Jane was kind of like the bad guy in this situation. So I think for me, it was easy to kind of look past maybe Sutton not being the most empathetic to Erica, for example, because it's like, well, Erica, she may have been involved and yada, yada, yada. But with the situation with Dorit, I don't know. It's just very. I just don't understand how you could be so unaware, right? I just don't get it. I really don't. I truly don't. So that's why I just feel like, was she always like this, or is something off with her this season? And Kyle said the same thing, like, this is, I don't know you to be like this, you seem off. So clearly I'm not the only one that's noticing this about her. I don't know if she's like on medication that is making her kind of like emotionalist or something. Or like I said, she's always been this kind of self centered, but we haven't really noticed it before. Like, I thought she was sensitive. I thought, like, yeah, she breaks down very easily, but callous? I didn't think she was callous. And the fact that, and then her excuse was, oh, I don't remember saying that. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, how do you not remember? Like, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. It's just that Kyle is pointing out how terrible you sound. And boopity boop boop. Please ignore that. But Kyle is pointing out how terrible you sound. You're now realizing that. So your excuse is like, well, I don't remember. Like, no, I'm not buying it. And then for you, not if even if that was true, you could apologize and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day. I mean, I still wouldn't have bought that, but I would be like, okay, at least you're in a little bit of your right mind in this moment. If you had apologized and said, I had a bad day, I had a lot of things going on, I feel really bad for what happened to Dorit, yada yada yada. But she doubles down on it, and then she's like, well, I'm not good with robberies. And Kyle, oh my God, bless Kyle in the scene, because Kyle's like, yeah, nobody is good with robberies. Like, who is good with robberies? Nobody. Like, Kyle herself has been robbed, so she knows that, like, it's not fun. And of course, she also says her dad, he committed you know what with a you know what. And yes, I think we can all empathize with how terrible that is. But you can't use your own trauma to kind of be flippant and callous towards other people's trauma. You know what I mean? So it's like you want everybody else to be understanding and empathetic towards you and your issues. But when other people go through something, it's like, oh, well, I can't deal with it because it's traumatic for me. And it's like, that is just so, I don't want to use the narcissistic word because it's totally overused. I'm not calling Sutton narcissistic, but I'm just saying the way she's reacting is coming off narcissistic-y. Okay, that's why I've been using self-centered, and not using narcissistic, right? But that's what it's just, it's like, you can't, like, how could you, how are you so unaware? You're a grown-ass woman. Come on. It's like, okay, and I'm not saying this flippantly at all. I feel sorry for Sutton and what she went through with her father. I truly do. But what happened to Dorit recently. Recently. Okay? And if it's traumatic for you to have lost your father in that way, imagine how traumatic it must have been for Dorit to have a gun pointed to her head, to potentially not only lose her life, but her children's life. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I just, oh my gosh, like, what the hell, Sutton? So I'm glad Kyle kind of got her together. I mean, I think it would have been better if Kyle kind of did it in the moment, but I get it. I know how it is sometimes. There's a delay, like someone says something and it's like, okay, you don't want to have that conflict, especially if it's like someone like Sutton and you know that they're super sensitive and everything like that. But yeah, Sutton needed to be called out for that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And as much as I want to kind of stand up for Sutton because I know how the girls can be and how they all gang up, she's just straight up wrong for that. She really is. Like, wow. And so it's going to be interesting. I don't know if Dorit is going to confront her and let her know, right? But then, of course, Sutton's going to turn it around. From the previews, we see like Sutton stabbing Kyle in the back, implying that Kyle stabbed her in the back. And it's like Sutton's going to, like per usual, turn around and play the victim in the situation when it's like, you were just straight up wrong. You were. I mean, it sucks because Sutton is not the most favorite person in the group. She already has Lisa Rinna against her, Erica Jane, and now we're gonna have Dorit against her. So, but it's like, son, I'm sorry, you keep putting yourself in these situations by being kind of, and even with like Crystal last season with her like barging in on her and kind of like when Crystal was kind of upset with her, Sutton was acting flippant and she kind of turned it around and made herself the victim. So you know what? I feel like Sutton has always been like this. But I think now she's at the point where I don't know if she's on something for her emotions or her mental, or she's just really over the ladies and she doesn't really like them like that. So she's just doesn't have that level of empathy for them. I don't know. Um I forgot to bring this up, and it's like kudos to Kyle and Garcelle, especially Garcelle, like for keeping it real at Harry Hamlin's birthday party when like Sutton and Lisa were kind of apologizing to each other and saying we're gonna squash this, and like Sutton was like, I adore you, Lisa, I really do, and Garcelle was like, no, you don't. Even Kyle, and like Sutton is closest to Kyle and Garcelle. So if you're, if your best friends, well, not best friends, but if your good Judys are saying, no, you don't really fuck with Lisa like that, stop playing, then you know that Sutton's goes around and she's probably talking a lot of crap behind Lisa's back. A lot. You know what I mean? Like Garcelle and Kyle are laughing like, oh my gosh, they're so fake. You know what I mean? But I'm here for a little bit of fakeness. I'm not gonna lie, because this is stupid. Lisa and Sutton's beef is kind of dumb, and I don't want it to carry on like every episode we have Lisa and Sutton talking about the same thing. You know what I mean? So let them fake squash it. It is what it is. We're gonna get the real tea at the reunion, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, but Sutton, I don't know. I don't know what's up with her. Anyways, this was a good episode, and this is the second episode, and usually it takes a while for things to pick up, but I've been entertained, and it seems like from the previews and the way things are going, what I think I'm enjoying so far is that compared to previous seasons, it seems like they latch onto one thing and they make that the entire season, and it gets old real quick. Okay, last season was the Erica Jane show, and that got old real quick. But this so far, it seems like everybody kind of has their own thing going on with each other, so we're not like just focusing on one person and like one conflict the whole time. So it seems like all the ladies are going to bring a little bit of drama, a little bit of humor, a little bit of family. So I'm here for it so far. I really am. Good job, ladies. You have entertained me. Okay, you've entertained me. So that's my review. please, like, subscribe, and comment, and all that jazz.